Well, hello, everybody. It is Ms. Madge Enthat, and it is a Sunday night. It's practically a school night, but we're still here because why not? Hello, everybody. In case you missed it, I'm Ms. Madge Enthat. I'm the drag queen with the big purple hair. Today it's fuchsia, because why not? Because it's wide, and we're on a landscape outfit. That's why. So what I'm going to do next is bring to you a queen that has been on the scene for, a minute. She's a teen queen. She's a young queen. She's a queen that is dressed like Madonna tonight, but she didn't even know it. Ladies and gentlemen, and everybody else in between, here comes Miss Betty Baker. Let's add her to the stream. There she is. Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me, honey? Oops.
I'm muted. There we go.
I had you on mute. I don't know why. You were just talking so much when we were getting ready.
Oh.
How
are you tonight, Madge?
I'm doing okay myself. Yeah, I'm going to change this up a bit. Boom, 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 boom. And then the background here. Oh, look at that. So fancy. So fancy. I'm doing okay myself, thanks. Yeah, a little mellow. You know, it's a COVID weekend. COVID life is happening. I don't know. Maybe I stayed up too late last night watching YouTube videos. I just don't know. Yourself?
I'm good. I'm a little mellow today too. You know, it's a Sunday, and you know, it's just kind of bit of a, just inside getting ready today, and
Right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now you're only here for a short time because you have the Love Ball tonight. Is that correct?
I do. The Love Ball is at 8 o'clock tonight.
Okay.
You can see me, Miss Diana Fire, Miss Sahira Q, and the Janice.
The Janice
on Eventbrite.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a little shameless self-promo there. So
no, promote it all you want. So some of the performers are at Sadler House. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay. All right. You're going to be performing where you are?
I've actually pre-filmed 3 videos, so they're going to be playing.
Okay.
Just a little pre-filming moment. But yeah.
Heavily edited with a little auto-tune, I'm sure.
Oh, yes. Lots of auto-tune.
I get it. Yeah, that's wonderful. I wish you all the best of luck with that, of course.
Thank you.
Sounds like a fun thing. I was a little too unsure of my schedule to take part, even though I was invited. So thank you so much for inviting me, everybody that put the word out. However, couldn't make it because I thought I might be working tonight. Turns out we have the night to ourselves. So you and I got together for this online chat, 2 drag queens in a drag chat. Yes. And yeah, we're going to make the most of it. So let me start off with, in the introduction, I acknowledge that you're a teen queen.
Yes.
You're not as heavy in the crow's feet as some of us. Let's put it that way. How out are you as a teen queen? Are you out? Just tell us about it. Just give us a Coles Notes version, if you will.
Yes. So I'm fully out as a teen queen. Okay. I came out as gay in the 10th grade. So 2 years back now, and I started drag that same year. Everyone I know pretty much knows that I do drag. I don't try to hide it at all. I'm very open, and my entire, everyone I talk to is very accepting and all that. So it's pretty wonderful. Yeah.
Wonderful. Very good. So you came out 2 years ago, and was it queen and gay all at the same time? Like, ba-bam, here I am?
No, it was gay, and then it was 3 months later, I think. I was like, oh, maybe I'll try it. And then I kind of just fell in love with drag and makeup, and it's been like this from here on out. So
very good. So lots of support from friends, community. Any challenges that happened? You know, I can imagine. Well, I can just imagine, but tell us the truth.
Yeah, I've had a very accepting community around me pretty much the entire time I've been out, which has been awesome. It's been really good. I don't really have any qualms with anything to do with coming out or anything. It's been a very positive experience, and I'm very thankful, and I know that I'm very privileged to have had such a great coming out experience. So,
well, how about that? Sounds like a fucking Hallmark movie just waiting to be made.
Absolutely.
Well, that's all right. Congratulations on that. Like, obviously, that's just wonderful. There's no way I could wish anything else other than that. That's what we all hope for, is that things would go smoothly. I know it's a terrifying thing to go through sometimes for some people. Were you afraid at all?
I was I was kind of a little bit. I was very flamboyant as a kid. I was
No.
very artistic and everything. So, oh yeah. So it was not really a shock to anyone when I came out. So I had still those fears, just because it's still a big deal, which I don't think it necessarily has to be, but
Right.
it seems to be still that way. So obviously there's still some anxieties about it and stuff, but it ended up being a very positive experience. Yeah. How was your coming out experience? What was that like for you?
Well, my experience could be the plot twist in your coming out story of the Hallmark movie genre production. It was not bad. It was not bad. I came out when I was 24, I think it was. Yeah. Anyway, came out when I was 24, 25-ish, and I was actually living in Toronto, and I had met somebody there that I felt was worth coming out for. So I had always wondered about it, was questioning, for quite some time. When I was in public school, it seemed like kids around me knew before I did, or before I wanted to acknowledge it, because again, you're worried about, how you're going to be accepted or not. And that wasn't even on my radar, back then, as far as my sexuality was. Like, I was still doing kid stuff, like trying to learn math and shit. So that wasn't even on my radar until later. So anyway, I came out in Toronto, and I called home one day, and my mom answered the phone, and she said, "So what are you trying to tell me?" I said, "Well, I'm trying to tell you I'm gay." She's like, "Okay." And it was a little more rocky than that. And it's also a little bit foggy in my memory, but because I'm a little bit older than you. But, mom and dad, they were accepting. I was more worried about them than anybody else, of course. I was living at my grandparents' at the time in Scarborough, and they were confused and upset a little bit. But no, they were fine with it after, the shock, as you say.
Right.
It's funny that, we worry so much about the shock of how others, or the other people's shock, when, other people that are important to us are obviously important, and that's why we care. But in the long run, you got to live your life. So
exactly.
Yeah,
yeah.
Thanks for the psych session there, Betty.
Oh yes, it was lovely. Yeah.
My goodness. What I was going to say is, what was I going to say? We were talking about coming out, support from friends. Where did your name come from? So let's get into Betty, because Betty was created. Yes. So where did Betty Baker come from?
So my girl Janice and I knew each other before I started drag, and she actually helped me get into drag. And I was trying to think of a drag name, and I texted her and I was like, "Hey, I want a drag name, but I don't really know what I want to go with." And we went through like a list of names, and she was like, "Betty," and I was like, "Ooh, that's good. I need a last name." And so I went through and I was like, "Oh, Betty Baker sounds great." And I was like, "Oh, that has such a good ring to it. I just love it." And the day after, I realized my grandma's name is Betty Maker, and that's why it sounded so good. And so I understood like why it had such a good ring to it, because I've been hearing that my whole life. So my drag, I say that it comes from my grandma's name because it kind of does, but at the same time, it's kind of just random, and I thought it fit with who I am as a drag queen. So that's how it kind of came to be. Yeah.
That's cool. That's actually very interesting, because obviously we're influenced by our elders in our day-to-day lives. So that's nice that it was able to carry over into your drag life. That's nice. It's interesting. It's very sweet. Very sweet.
Yeah.
So, well, living in Peterborough is not always easy. It's a great place to live, but it's not always easy. And I don't think it's easy to live, anywhere really. Nowhere's, utopia. But what kind of challenges or even triumphs, for that matter, have you had here in town and, just as a drag queen in general?
Oh, in Peterborough.
Mm.
Well, I haven't lived in Peterborough my whole life. I
Oh, where are you
actually
from?
grew up
Where are you
in
from?
Mounts Point,
Oh,
just outside of Peterborough, but I was a little
okay.
country bumpkin.
Mm. Pumping gas at the docks
Oh yes,
or working the docks?
not at the docks. No, I grew up there, and I actually went to school in Lakefield, so it's kind of a bit of a different experience. But growing up there, I really loved being outside and everything. So that was great. But moving to Peterborough, I things have just been generally pretty good here.
I'm
Like
hating you
nothing.
more by the minute, by the way. Your life is just like a chocolate. It's just so sweet.
um, I think that one of my biggest triumphs here would have to be just performing in drag. I had been
Okay.
practicing for months, and I was so excited. And then Janice finally asked me if I wanted to perform with House of Accounting, and I was so excited. And I that was a huge moment for me in drag. And another one more out of drag, I am a little musical theater bumpkin as well.
Oh,
I was Pugsley in the Addams Family at the Theater Guild, which
okay.
was pretty cool.
Okay.
So yeah, those are some of the better things about living in Peterborough. But living in Peterborough is really it's I love it and I love the city, but it is difficult being young and gay because there's not a lot happening in the
I do.
that
I do.
department. So
Yeah.
um that's been difficult, just not being able to have that whole like teenage romance, the whole like high school sweetheart thing. It's definitely
Sure.
a lot of gay people struggle with that, and it's difficult, but nothing too challenging here. It's been pretty good overall. So I'm very thankful.
That's good. I
Yeah.
would say don't get too discouraged, because even as an older gay, it's not that happening right now, unfortunately. That's just
Yeah.
the way it is, unfortunately. But like, that's for us to work on. We'll see how that happens, how it goes as the city evolves and
Yes.
perhaps rejuvenates.
Speaking of
No,
evolving, you've
yes.
been doing Dragon Peterborough for quite some time.
Yeah.
How have you seen drag kind of morph in Peterborough, and like what was that like for you, just watching everything happen?
Well, speaking from personal experience, you're talking about morphing. I can look back at some of my early pictures as a baby queen, and yeah, I see some growth there. Definitely some better makeup. I don't know if tonight's working, but I feel it is.
Oh, it's gorge.
I mean, I actually have makeup and I have a makeup kit now, huh? Yeah, just stuff like that gets you going. So, yeah, I've developed that way. As far as the drag scene goes, I wasn't too much aware of it when I first moved back to Peterborough. I did live in Toronto for a time, and I grew up by Millbrook, between Millbrook and Pontypool.
Oh, okay.
Mom and dad still have the farm out there, and yeah, so coming back from Toronto, I wasn't looking for the drag scene. We had the rainbow dances that were at the Gordon Best Theater above the only cafe, and the odd rainbow dance at the Lion Center or something like that. They kind of hopped around a bit. It would be really, really good if we had a dedicated gay bar or a dedicated gay friendly bar where they really mixed it up and anything goes. That would be amazing. One with a dance floor and a
Yes.
stage and room and a patio, like the whole
Exactly.
shebang. I'm not talking
Yeah.
about just like a little riser, a piece of plywood. That said, right now I'd take about anything.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Right? Like, I mean, here we are in our little whatever. This is my little office, but you know what I'm saying. What we're talking about, morphing, development of gay drag shows. But my introduction to drag was here in Peterborough as a drag queen. when I was asked to do a number for one of the Pride years. It was a get together, and they were putting on a drag show, and I got asked to be a drag queen for that night as part of another number. It went really well, so kind of got the bug and developed it from there. So yeah, Divalicious obviously has been like a mama to me and a sister. We all kind of go in those orbits where we find somebody that knows a little bit more than us, and then we develop together. And yeah, and Diva's just Diva's amazing. So I've watched her become a better and better queen too. And yeah, like you asked earlier about Drag Race Canada, and I think we could hold our own if we polished up and got ourselves prepared. We could definitely at least audition and be contenders. But I'm happy just being a queen here. I don't know. Yeah. I would accept the challenge. I absolutely would. I just don't need the challenge right now. Not yet. Yeah. So where would you like to go next as with Betty, as a character of Betty, as the drag queen, the personality? What do you want Betty to do next?
So Betty's kind of evolved a lot over this year. I've kind of found who she is, and it's been really like, I took a break from drag, an 8-month break from drag, and it kind of gave me some insight into what I wanted Betty to be. So I've been doing drag for 2 years now, which seems like it's been like 2 minutes, but sorry.
No, it's okay.
Completely.
It's the ostrich feathers. You have those fancy ostrich feathers on, and I just have my chicken feathers. Girls, if you have chicken feathers, it's okay. All right,
you gotta have chicken feathers.
You gotta work with what you got.
Exactly.
Okay. Just a little sidestep there. Okay.
So it's been really cool seeing Betty evolve, and I kind of want to take her in more of this. Oh, thank you, Janice. I love you too. I kind of want to take Betty in more of this like campy glamour direction, in the way that I have more high concept looks, but keeping them like campy, but also using like the the elements of like fashion and glamour that I love so much, and that like Betty exudes. Yeah, that's kind of where I want to take her fashion-wise. But I'm working on this fun little project right now, and I kind of want to bring more live vocals in with Betty. Because I've done it a couple times, but I'm working on this. This is the first anyone's ever heard of this, but it's called Betty Baker's Bitty Ditties, where I take songs and I play them on the ukulele and play them acoustic.
The ukulele! I want in on this. Oh my god!
I'm really excited about that. That's kind of the next project for Betty. But yeah,
I mean, I think I can safely say for all of us, we've all made a little instrument work for us. You know what I'm saying? Okay. There's something about a little instrument. You just gotta say, "Hey, challenge accepted."
Yes.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. That's amazing. And truth be told, I've never told anybody this out here. I've been curious about doing live vocals as well. I don't think I'd be any good, to be honest. But I want to try, and I'm scared shitless. But we'll see.
I say just go for it. And see, okay, here's the thing about drag performing is, if it goes so shit the first time you do it, the second time you make it a comedy number, and then everyone laughs about it.
Hey, remember that first time I did drag?
Yes.
Where the soccer balls dropped out of my titties? Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Not the soccer ball titties.
Yes.
I had
baby soccer balls
the first time, so it's yeah.
Oh, Monkeython's things were beautiful.
Thank you.
And I don't know if everybody knows, but we have a visitor here online with us from Turkey. So they're tuning in with Twitch, which is Twitch TV. So we are on different platforms right now. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. This will also go to Instagram, Instagram TV in the future. So yeah, thanks to everybody for joining us. If you're on any of those platforms, we are live. So yeah, you feel free to make a comment. You can ask a question on the little tippity tap keys, and we'll try to get them answered. I don't have as good of eyesight as Betty does, so I might get her to read them.
Okay.
Although they do come up bigger on the screen when I tap on the little thing. So anywho, all right, so that's lovely. So what, sorry, just give me a little précis here, a little reminder. What is the style of Betty right now? What would you call her? What would you call her style?
Betty is glamp retro futuristic.
Glamp retro futuristic. Okay. Yeah, okay, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, that gives you a lot of freedom, obviously.
Yeah. There's like a lot of range with Betty. It's a lot of color blocking and a lot of satin and a lot of high concept looks. So that's what's coming up. Yes. How would you describe Miss Madge Enthat? Which I love your drag name, by the way. It's so wonderful. I just
thank you. Gives me a lot of freedom as well.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm actually starting to, go let myself take advantage of that freedom as well. You'll see me in different colors. My signature color is purple. Most people know that. It's a big purple beehive that I usually wear. I've kept my drag looks to something based in purple or in that purple family. But you'll see me, kind of wandering off of the straight and narrow as it goes into different colors and different looks. I did a number, not this past Peterborough Pride, but the Pride before, where I was in blonde. It was a Madonna number. It went really well. I look really good. And, just starting to experiment with different hairstyles. That's something else I want to get going on, is my skills, setting my own hair, ordering in the wigs and getting them styled the way that either I've been inspired by something I've seen, or something that I've just kind of like daydreamed about and want to give it a shot. Having the time to do that, that's another thing.
Yes.
That is another thing. So yeah, you were asking about my style. Definitely camp. I love camp drag. I love it. I love it. I love it. I can appreciate fashion drag. I can appreciate high concept drag. Like Sasha Velour. I think she's amazing. Amazing. As well as, oh gosh, Crystal Method. Like her brain, oh my God, that's amazing what she came up with in the finale for season 12, I think that was, of RPDR. So yeah, I'm getting into those things as well. I've already made a couple of headdresses 2 winters ago that, thank God for Dollarama in the dollar store. Getting into those kinds of creations where if I can bring that to the stage, it exercises my brain, my creativity, and gives something for the audience to see too. Yeah. But before we came on live tonight, I said, hey, you look like Madonna, like circa Drown World tour kind of thing. And you didn't know what I was talking about.
No.
Oh my God. So yeah, FYI, you're like Nothing Really Matters, Frozen, Drown World, Ray of Light, Madonna right now. Not Ray of Light, the song and the video, but definitely that era with her little geisha doll thing going on. So nicely done without even trying.
Oh, thank you.
You did a video back in Christmas time, right?
Yes, I did.
Mm-hmm. What got you going on that? Like, first of all, what gave you the idea, and then how did you execute?
So I was actually asked to do kind of like a video, like collaboration with a couple of other teen queens online, and it fell through because drag queens have no commitment.
Well, a lot of us don't.
So yes, there's.
I mean, I gave tonight a second thought at about 1 o'clock this afternoon, but anyway, whatever.
So it fell through, and I still wanted to do it because I was like, oh, this will be really cute. And I'd already asked Chris Coghill, the incredible Chris Coghill, to help me film it. And I wanted to do something fun and something joyful and just something exciting. And I love Taylor Swift. So I decided to do Christmas Tree Farm by Taylor Swift, which was very fun. And I had such a good time with it. And it turned out like I'm so happy with it. So it was
really quite well. It was quite well done. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
And I think I remember commenting on the I don't know if I said videography or photography, whatever the hell it was, and it was Chris, and of course I'm like, oh, of course it's Chris.
Yes, Chris is wonderful. Absolutely, just a great person to work with. Just genuine and
fantastic. I have yet to work with him, but I would love to. Just saying.
I'll let him know.
Yeah, and of course supporting local, and that's the whole reason that you and I are together. That's why I did the previous broadcast with Janice, with Luke Strange, with Diva. Just using the audience that I have, and of course the platforms and technology that are available to us right now. It's something that I wanted to do to support everybody that either doesn't have as great an audience as far as numbers go, or just the inspiration to do it. So I thought, okay, well, I have a day here and there that I could do it, so let's do this and just support each other. So here we are. Yeah.
Yes. Well, thank you for inviting me again.
Oh, no. I wasn't going for like fishing for a compliment there.
Oh no.
I was just explaining and kind of like filling up some airtime there too. Nicely done, right? Professional.
Very, very professional.
All right. So tell us some of the some of the best things to date that you've encountered as a drag queen, as Betty. What are some of the best things that stand out?
That I've encountered? What do you mean?
So I don't know, a set of compliments that you've received after a show, or
oh my goodness,
like any of those things where you've not expected something, but something's happened. Is there anything that stands out?
Oh yes. So last year on my birthday, my friends and I went to Toronto. And we went to the Gladstone Drag Brunch with Miss Mosu.
Oh, okay.
And Deirdre. Sorry. And I went in drag because I was feeling my oats that day, and I was like, oh, I look so gorgeous, and I'll just go and put on a little cute dress and everything.
Is this summertime, wintertime? What was it?
It was wintertime. It was the middle of December, and I wore this short little this short little housewife dress. And I was like, this is so cute, and I was so cold. And I went and at the intermission, I went over to take pictures, and they asked me to perform. And so I did, and I did Good as Hell by Lizzo. And the audience was just incredible, and I got asked to come back as the special guest.
I remember seeing this post. Okay, yes.
And so that was just incredible. And it was like the night before, I actually I do this thing wherever I'm about to do something like special. So I was really excited about that day, and so I kind of like daydream about like maybe this would happen if everything goes like in a daydream. And
okay, yes, kind of like a premonition, but like
yes, like
putting it out there, and yeah.
So I thought of basically that exact scenario happening in my head, and it was really cool for that to happen. So that was like one of the like best and most like exciting and most like out of the blue moments that I've had in drag, and the like just that day was incredible. And then going back in February was amazing. Like being able to perform in Toronto was just really cool, and it was really wonderful. So yeah,
it's a different energy there, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
And not that people don't appreciate us here, because we have amazing fans here. So and I'll take the opportunity right now to say thank you to each and every one of our fans, because you're amazing, and that's why we do it. We do it for the entertainment. We do it to put smiles on your faces. And to add to that, when we go to Toronto, it's like they're just as primed for a show. Maybe it's because they live in a city. Maybe it's because they live in so much more of an activity dense activity location that when they see a show, they really give it their all because they really appreciate seeing something that takes them away from reality. I don't know what it is.
Yes.
But the energy is something else when you're in a Toronto show. I agree. I can think of a time as well when we did a show at the, oh my God, I'm going to get this wrong, but it's the Super Wonderful Theater. I got that wrong. I totally did. Anyway, we did a Drag of the Decades night there, and it was a phenomenal show. Dancing with everybody from every walk of life, straight, gay, trans, black, white, yellow, green, whatever. Right. Just the whole rainbow of humanity there, and it was phenomenal. So yeah, I hear what you're saying. It's nice to receive that back.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, what about you? Like, what would be your most like a moment in your career that kind of like not defines it, but like kind of is like it just sticks in your mind like very vividly, something that happened?
I guess most recently, I think it was Drag Bingo at Delta Bingo here in Peterborough.
Mm-hmm.
I was told, taken aside, it was one of the quiet moments, if you can call it that. But anyway, it was like a moment where we weren't, being idiots out on the floor or anything like that. Took me aside and explained to me, how both Diva and I, doing what we do, being out there, kind of like unashamed, unabashedly out there, gave them the courage and the inspiration to come out and be who they are as well. That's one of the moments, and that doesn't happen that often, to be quite honest, but it has. The other time would be when Diva and I had gone to rainbow workshops at the Board of Education over at Kawartha Lakes. Right. And worked with youth there. We did essentially Drag Bingo there, the PG-13 edition. And the kids there, the youth, excuse me, were very appreciative, like really wide-eyed and like, holy shit, what's going on? But it was for youth that actually were, questioning themselves, given a safe space to do that. PARN was involved, Peterborough AIDS Resource Network, obviously the school board, and they asked us to go a couple of times. We went to Bracebridge once, and then also up to the YWCA camp in Halliburton, where they bussed everybody in. It was quite something. Oh, and some of those students have grown up to be young adults now, and we still keep in touch on Facebook. And I've watched them develop as young adults and LGBT community members. And that's something that is, I guess, rewarding. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That's very cool.
I mean, it's very encouraging to see that, one, that they survived, and two, that, we're still friends. It's kind of nice. Yeah. Yeah. I hadn't really thought about that, but yeah.
That's really lovely. Wow. Yeah.
So lovely. Anything you want to talk about while we have an audience?
Is there anything I want to talk about while we have an audience?
Mm-hmm. You do baking. Let's touch on that, Betty Baker.
Sure.
You did a little baking show.
Yes. Back in March and April, at the start of COVID, when we all had those 4-ish weeks where there was nothing to do, and it was just
it's like, oh my God, we have all this time, we have to do something.
Yes. So I had decided with my mom that we would do a baking show as a fundraiser for Food Share. So her and I did 4 episodes, I believe, and raised over $1,100 for Kawartha Food Share.
Lovely. Nice.
Thank you. Which was really incredible. Like, the amount of like gratitude I have for all the people who donated and helped out with that it's just to see a community come together like that and support people was very, very cool. And
That's
to
very
be able to be a part of that and to help out in that, to help
got an
out.
eyelash going rogue. There
Oh
we go.
no.
Yeah. Sorry.
It was very fun. And so like I haven't been baking that often just because I've been busy with school and work and stuff and doing drag rather than baking in the kitchen. But yeah, so I've been baking my face instead of baking in the oven. But
I'll be right back. Go ahead. I gotta take this thing out of my eyeball. Oh my god.
Oh no. Okay.
Queen down. Queen down. Okay, I'm back.
Okay, she's back.
Good.
Yay.
I just didn't want you to see me like popping my eyeball out to get it out there. That was nasty. So what kind of audience did you have for your baking show?
So it was a lot of close friends and family, and then just people from Peterborough who saw, and it was really neat. It was kind of a very cool experience to be able to do that. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Any plans for Peterborough Pride 2021? Like, who knows what's going to happen? PeterboroughPride.ca, by the way, everybody, check in, see what's going to happen.
Yeah, fingers crossed that we're able to do stuff. I was very sad that I couldn't do anything this year for it. But last year was, or 2 years ago, I guess it is now. Well, kind of, almost.
Yeah. Years, yeah.
I had such a great time. It was so much fun. That's when I first met you, actually, was at Peterborough Pride.
Face to face, yes. Face to face, yes.
Yes, face to face. And I wanted to do the Dorothy look that day, which was so fun. But I don't really have any specific plans for it yet. Just fingers crossed that we're able to do stuff and that I get invited to stuff.
Well, do one of those premonition things that you were talking about where you throw it out there and you're like, it's going to go this way. It's going to be just fine. Yeah, I've got some like loose plans in my head, things that I can like kind of throw into to drive to get it going at a moment's notice. Well, maybe a little more than a moment's notice. Let's be real. Let's be realistic on that. But yeah, I've got, some ideas for numbers. I got some ideas for costumes or even just celebrating really.
Yeah.
Hopeful plans.
Fingers crossed.
Also being realistic and saying, if those plans don't work out, okay, that's fine. It's fine. As long as we're healthy, as long as we're still here for everybody, for each other, it's still okay. So
yes,
I'll put that karma out there and I'll put that kind of encouragement out there to everybody as well. Yeah. It'd be nice to get some more shows going and get some more variety in our shows as well. We'll see what happens. I know Boho Glam, excuse me. I'd love to get her doing some stuff. Oh my gosh.
I love her. She's the sweetest. So
yeah. And of course the whole circus arts community as well here in Peterborough, which is pretty goddamn amazing, I have to say.
Absolutely.
So, shout out to them and all their efforts of, developing their talents. I know Tom, he's been doing his thing, seeing little snippets of him practicing and whatnot. And, like if we have the time, we keep ourselves busy and maybe we can actually develop from it. Yeah. Michelle Jennifer is asking, Betty, tell us about drag rodeo.
So I am very active in the Instagram Teen Queen community, which is very big, surprisingly. There's a lot of people who are very active in it.
And when you say Teen Queen Instagram community, you mean like worldwide?
Yes, worldwide.
Okay.
Yes.
Of course.
She's international. So
Milan, Paris.
Oh.
Cavan, Millbrook.
Soon, hopefully. Cavan, Milton,
Norwood. Hello, Norwood.
North. And about a year and a half ago, I was asked to do this Instagram competition that's similar to like a drag race sort of thing, but online, where every week you get a challenge and then you submit a look and a challenge for that challenge. And I had to drop out of the race. I placed 5th, but I had to go to Newfoundland, so I couldn't finish. But
Who doesn't?
this year, I was asked to come back for kind of an all-stars sort of gig. And so each week or month or so, I think you might have seen that I've been putting out looks for that.
I have
So
a
my
little
past
bit,
3
yeah.
looks, I did the Space Cowgirl, and then the black and white look, and then lastly, I did the Fembot look. And tonight, there's actually going to be another look released from that series. So I'm very excited for that. So you might see that pop on your Facebook page tomorrow.
All right.
But it's fun, and I really like doing it. And it's been a great learning experience on like how to take criticism and how to improve my drag.
Oh my God, yes. That is amazing. I'm glad you mentioned that, because that's one thing we all have to keep in tune with and in touch with about ourselves. That's one of the things I can take away, and adding to your question earlier about drag, and I'll let you get back to your thought there, is about, having a sense of humility for ourselves. And,
Absolutely.
not just drag queens, but anybody in the damn world. And like you just said as well, taking criticism. I always ask for constructive criticism, of course.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want just, that sucks. Like, yeah, but you should see me when anyway. Constructive criticism would be great, because then you know where to build, and like what you think might be working is actually, it's almost there but not quite.
Yeah. No, I think that being able to take constructive criticism is super important, and being able to learn and grow is really important, especially as drag artists. We're always evolving and trying to better ourselves, and so I think that is something that's I've learned a lot about from the competition. So it's really exciting. Right now there are 6 queens left, so we're getting down to the wire a bit. But
what do you win? What do you win? Like just bragging rights? What is it?
So bragging rights, but then also there's possibly some prizes. It'll probably be some
N95 masks.
Art commissions, and maybe some makeup stuff, but I'm not really too sure. They haven't set the prizes yet, so we'll see. But it's really good because it helps me like build up my drag repertoire. If you're watching the Love Ball tonight, you'll be able to see my fembot look in action.
All right, nice. I like how you tied that in there. A little Love Ball.
Yeah, just bringing back the Love Ball, circling back, all those good things. So yeah, that's been really great.
And just to remind everybody that may have just joined us, I'm talking with Betty Baker, Betty Y. Baker. Hello. You can find her on Instagram. I'll put that little banner back up on the ticker. Remind us about the Love Ball, please, while I'm doing that.
Yes. So the Love Ball, which is me, Dinah Fire, Drag Zahira Q, and the Janice are all performing tonight at the Love Ball.
I love it. The Janice.
It is at 8 o'clock. It is virtual. Tickets are $10, $11.28 when you add the taxes in. You can find the link for the Eventbrite page to book tickets on my Facebook and in my Instagram bio. Tickets are, again, $10. So it's a pretty good price for a drag show.
Everybody, it's not free. It's $10.
It's not quite free, but
it's $10.
4 or 5, that's like $2 a person. So you can't really get a better deal than that. So
it's good.
It's pretty good. So
and I'll just remind everybody that the contact information is on the ticker going across your screen at the bottom right now. At Betty Y. Baker on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. There you go. So you can find the link for the Love Ball at any of her socials. Okay. That's right. Well, that's fun. How long does the Love Ball go for tonight? Do you know?
It's supposed to be 2 hours, but
2 hours for $10? That's a steal.
But absolutely, if it does last 2 hours, then that's like $5 an hour. You
can't even get a hotel room for a nooner at that rate. You know what I'm saying? Okay. My goodness. Don't ask me how I know that. Okay. I heard. I watch movies. That's fantastic. Who's putting that all together?
So that is a House of Accounting production.
Oh, house.
And the rest of the Queens will be at Sadler House tonight.
Mhm.
So thank you to Sadler House. And there's a few supporters that I can't quite think of the names of right now because
Okay.
I am not the main person on this gig. So
That's fair.
you know, uh,
We can post those after the fact so they can give some acknowledgement to them. We can put them on the posting because we'll put a link to this recording as well of this broadcast on Instagram, I believe it is. I think I have to do whatever. And just so everybody knows, I'm using a streaming service that actually pumps this, what we're doing and talking about right now, pumps it out to 3 different platforms right now: Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch TV. So that's how we're doing this. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, I think I will tune into that because I'm not working tonight like I thought I might have to. So yeah, I will, maybe pour myself a smart cocktail. It is a school night, so I'll pour myself a nice smart cocktail, maybe some tea,
yes.
get some digestive cookies or something because I am an older queen. And yeah, maybe I'll. That's my plan for this evening. We don't have much time left because you have to go soon and prepare. Yes, that's why we had to kick the time up a little bit earlier today, everybody. Betty has to prepare for the love ball happening later this evening. That's fantastic stuff. What else should we talk about while we have a few minutes? I got some notes here. Am I going to Teen Queen? Yeah, okay. So let's just recap. You have some new stuff on the go as far as developing a new look, expanding on your look, expanding on your concept of Betty. So we're going to see that soon. You're a teen queen who came out just like that, like a spring blossom, and said, you know what, if I'm going to bud, I'm going to bloom. So she did drag, she did coming out all in one, full package, if you will.
Full package.
She loves to bake. She's going vocal as well. Any plans to get political?
I am
no pressure.
Oh, well, I am a very political person. I mean, drag as an art form is political, and
true.
Everything
Very
you
true.
do as drag queens is a political statement. So I, I post quite a bit on Instagram and Facebook about political stuff, but it's yeah.
It's what we have time for as well. We have to pick our battles, right?
Yes.
Absolutely. We can't get obsessed with certain things, but the ones that actually affect our lives, the ones that are going to do harm to our communities and life in general, those are the ones that we really have to pay attention to. So yeah, I hear what you're saying there. I hear what you're saying. We've had a question come in from Michelle Jennifer asking what our drag inspirations were. Drag queen inspirations.
You want to go first?
Sure, I can if you need to think about yours. So my drag queen inspiration came from, well, my look to begin with. My style came from the B-52s. I love a retro camp look. I love retro, like the 60s, Mod Squad, all that kind of stuff. I love it. When Austin Powers came out, oh my God, like ridiculous movie, toilet humor, the whole bit, but it's so fun and it's just so campy. I loved it. My name came because I had to come up with something, and I said, me doing drag, imagine that. And I was like, wait a minute, Madge Enthat. So that's how I got my drag name. My drag inspirations would be Madge from the Palmolive commercials back in the 70s. You're soaking in it. Also was a little bit of Dame Edna, actually. I was watching Dame Edna recently on some YouTube clips, and I was like, wait a minute. I really see myself in her sometimes. And oddly enough, she had like a lavender wig as one of her signature looks.
Yes.
So I was like, wait a minute, was that subconscious what I did? Could be, I don't know. Also, oh my God, what was her name? I was just thinking about this the other day. Oh, shiza. Anyway, essentially older retro 70s kind of the look of like beehived women and that style where the bigger the better kind
Yeah.
of thing. I love it. I just like being the larger than life, the zaniness, the just not quite on the center line, but still on the center line enough to get through life kind of person.
Right.
Without getting themselves into too much trouble. I don't know how to describe that, but yeah, that's my drag queen inspiration. How about you? You ready yet?
Yes, I'm ready now.
Okay.
I think
Just had
so.
to stretch it out there.
So I take a lot of my like fashion inspirations are from obviously vintage. I love a good 1950s moment. I love
Oh
a good
yeah.
60s moment as well. I just love taking a lot of fashion inspirations from vintage. I feel like I kind of combine like the modern drag with the more drag of the past, but make it drag of the future.
Yep.
I would like to describe myself as if Nina West and Aquaria had a baby.
I love Nina
Um,
West. I love
I
Nina
love Nina
West.
West, and she's just so kind and so sweet and so fun. And I feel like that kind of encapsulates my drag. And then I kind of want to take my drag into more of a high fashion route. So I'd love to take some inspirations from queens like Shea Coulee and Aquaria, all those gorgeous fashion queens.
Yes,
So,
Shea Coulee is very cool. I love her too.
very, very cool.
Her, Peppermint, and Evie Oddly.
Absolutely.
Evie Oddly, I identify with her. She's crazy, but
yes.
I still like. She's still the kind of crazy that I can appreciate and still say to myself like she's crazy, but she's not too crazy for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You were just talking about those queens, and I had a thought about Nina West, and again, she's kind of got that larger than life personality. She's got that style that's old and retro, or older retro kind of thing, but she's also got that bit of spice to her. She's like a sweet queen, but she's also a little bit fuck you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah. She knows how to dish it back if she needs to.
Oh yes.
Yeah, she's not all cinnamon and sugar.
No, she's very quick on her feet. So that's
yeah. And actually that's one of the things that inspired me as a drag queen too, are those queens that stand up for themselves and say, you know what? It's not going to be like that. You're not going to walk all over us, and you're not going to walk all over my friends. So go about yourself and,
Yeah, very that.
Yeah, very that. Politely.
Like, yes,
because I am Canadian.
Kindness and grace.
Yeah. Anyway. All right. Well, like I've come to the end of my questions. I've come to the end of my thoughts for a Sunday evening. I don't know. Like I have to again thank all of our fans that either tune in tonight, tune in later, that have supported us to date at our drag shows, wherever they may be. You can check in with Delta Bingo. We have some tentative dates happening for Drag Bingo in September, October, November, December. Hopefully we get back there. Hopefully the vaccinations come through and everybody can get that done if they want to. And hopefully we also get back to Ottawa, to Bingo Land, Ottawa. That would be amazing because that's such a good time there. The shows that we have downtown Peterborough, hopefully we have some locations there that we will be able to get to. Hopefully they're still in existence after we get over this, whatever this is we're going through. One more question. Where do you get your costumes from? Where do you make them? What's going on?
So I make most of my costumes.
Perfect.
I'm a bigger girl, so I have to have like a lot of plus size costumes. But I also like making my costumes because I do love sewing. So that's always fun. And yeah, so most of my costumes I design and create myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ever go to Valued Village or?
I do like
search the racks at Talese. Hello, Talese.
Talese every once in a while.
Love it.
That's always good. Where else do I get my costumes from? I sometimes order online, but not too often. Lately,
Careful.
Yeah, yeah. Lately, I've been making a lot of trips to Fabricland. I've been sewing a lot. So I made
Yeah.
this bodysuit actually not too long ago.
Oh, very nice. Nice color too. It's
Thank you.
very old school utensils from the 50s and 60s.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, and then a special shout out to my sister at the House of Sass and Magic who does a lot of my costumes.
Mhm.
Again, I go to Toulouse. I go into the Value Village once in a while. But yeah, also I'll keep a little eye out on online once in a while. But I tend not to buy costumes like from Amazon or something like that. Or like hello Wish, never. Mm-mm.
No,
No.
don't do it.
One, they'll fall apart. Two, they just won't fit.
Yeah,
And if you
and it'll
support
take up
local,
3
just
months to
support
ship.
local. Why not?
It's always good to support local.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So
Yeah, there you go. All right. So my name is Ms. Madge Enthat. Check out my Instagram stuff happening down here on the ticker. You are Miss Betty Baker, is that correct?
Miss Betty
Yeah.
Baker.
And all of her contact information is down here on the ticker at the bottom of your screen as well. I will be back on March 6th with Sahira Q, and we will be chatting with that lovely lady as well. They will be busy tonight with the Love Ball. They've been busy all month long with the Black History Month as well. So I've got them coming in on March 6th with Sahira Q. So tune in again then. I will put a reminder out for that. Any last thoughts there, Betty?
No, thank you so much for having me. This was absolutely lovely.
Stop it.
You are so fun, and I can't wait until we finally get to perform in person together again.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah, we should do a duet or something. I don't know.
We should. That would be
Yeah.
very fun. Yes. Yes.
All right, we'll figure it out. We'll talk.
Yes.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much. My name is Ms. Madge Enthat. This is
Betty Baker.
Hello.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming, and we'll be going. Hello. All right. Have a good night, everybody. Stay safe, and thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
Boom.